They charge 40 or 70,000 for climbing here, and some even charge this amount from a person. It just seems crazy to me. In the morning I expected that I would spend 10 or 15,000 tenge on this trip, but in total the whole trip cost 4,000 tenge. Friends, hello to all and welcome to the Big Almaty Lake, abbreviated to BAO. It is located in the gorge of the Big Almaty River at an altitude of 2,511 meters, and you will now see with your own eyes how the weather affects the color of the water. Rising, we saw a turquoise color, shining under the rays of the sun, playing like this. And a few minutes later the clouds came, a strong wind, the sun disappeared and the lake is already turning blue. I did not go on this hike alone, the subscriber Sungat went with me. The plans were to go by taxi, but everything went completely wrong when the taxi driver simply overslept our departure, and thanks to the employees of the hydroelectric power station service on the way they gave us a lift to the station and immediately we went through the pipe from there. Now you will see everything for yourself all this route. And before we begin, I want to ask you about one very important action. I see in Odnoklasniki in groups as reactions, more than 100 reactions are gaining emotions on Facebook, in Almaty groups, also of contact, in mountain groups, a pickable post flies 12 to 14,000 into a burning one, and just in all social networks all this happens, but on YouTube the video does not move much. The algorithm believes, or rather, the algorithm does not believe at all that something is happening on other sites, and I ask you to click in the lower right corner on YouTube to fail my video exactly and write comments under my video on the YouTube site itself to like, share with friends, also a subscription, a bell. That is, all these actions will be regarded as positive and will promote the video. I saw that our trends are simply either jokes, or some TV series or something sad about politics. Let's dilute it all with the beautiful bright colors of our country with this wonderful lake. In general, Kazakhstan is Alga of Kazakhstan.
Wonderful speech. Kazakhstan, go ahead.
Thank you. Such a situation is that the person with whom they were supposed to go at 8 in the morning overslept along the way. As a result, we went on foot and well in this direction of HPP1 and HPP2. The workers were the first to go to the hydroelectric power station. A big thank you to the driver, a big human thank you. I'm just building for watching two people go alone in the morning. There is no one and I drove them to here. Then it remains for us to get that main road goes, we go to the left and now there will be a pipe. Of course, I didn't plan to walk along the road and along the pipe today. I thought I'd take it off quickly, but alas, I won't have to quickly, I'll have to take a walk, and maybe not alas. The weather is damn windy and cold. And the pipe is getting closer and closer, exactly the rise. Well done. I do not know if there are people who like this route, but for me it is a long one. But the person who is happy, who went with me, agreed to take a taxi and is now walking. Well, nothing satisfied. He had a dream to walk through the pipe, right? Yes. And finally, it has finally happened. I started with the wrong pipe, damn it. My sworn enemy is the stairs. At this stage, the steps end and then there is such a road. Guys, this is a big life hack. Guys, I'm slurring my tongue. This is a big life hack. I'm going through it with two hands, so I'm going up much faster. That at the beginning I was leaning on sticks, and then I started going through it with two hands and just flew up here. In general, they rose quickly, it seems to me. Convenient. So use it. After a little bit of a protracted ascent, Such a construction begins here and the ascent up the pipe itself begins. We got here in 40 minutes, now it's 9:30, the sun is shining, the mountain air is clean, beautiful fir trees, a river, but everything is as it should be in the mountains. Funny inscription. Don't disappoint me. What is exactly there? We will try not to disappoint him. There was a rise from there. You can add to this inscription that the main thing is not to be fascinated, so as not to be disappointed. So we didn't go down the pipe, it was slippery. We went along the path and it was the right decision. There are 2 benches here, a pointer. It is shown that 3.1 kilometer is another 2 hours and 15 minutes to stomp. It all depends on the shoes. I have a tracking one that is softer, but it clings well to the sole a little bit. And here the sole is firmer and slightly slips. But now it's more or less, well, this, repulsed, ice, was yes. We have reached the point where the barbed wire goes, you can't go any further, you need to jump down and climb up the road. Do not forget that there is a border zone here and take your ID card with you just in case. The space station is 2 to 3 hours, 8.5 kilometers away. Yes, it's far away. Bolshoy-Matinsky Lake 25 minutes 07 kilometers. The bus stop is almost 10 kilometers away at 5 o'clock. Let's not think about it. The foot of the peak of the council. Council 3,600 meters 4 hours and 20 minutes. Such a house stands here and you already feel that you have almost reached it. The dam itself is coming. There are a lot of mountain ash along the way. Look how red, beautiful, already so burgundy. There's a path to the lake down there, they wanted to go through and he's a guard. If I'm not mistaken, too, with a kalash, as always, and told us to climb up. See what color the water is. It looks very nice. Now I'll get all the cameras soon, I'll get them in the morning and make beautiful shots. The breeze is really today, well, nothing. It is a pity that it is impossible to approach there, although it is a strategic object and understandable. The road swerves like this and goes on and on and on. We are not looking for easy ways. Let's go like this. We were told to go up, we just went up. But in principle, here is the bow itself, the Big Almaty Lake. We got to it in 2 hours and 10 minutes adequately, slowly, such was the pace. There are a lot of cars here lately, there are a lot of them at all, although they don't seem to be skipped. Cars have just passed over there, these cars are also standing up there.
battery just melts before our eyes. The wind is so strong that I push the levers completely forward and there is no speed at all, it barely reaches 4 kilometers per hour. It's just some kind of tin.
Despite the strong wind, I managed to make incredible shots on the quadcopter. I sent him to the gorge from which he almost returned. He could have stayed there, because on the way back the battery was instantly static and in normal mode he simply could not resist the wind. Hung in one place. I had to turn off the sport mode, go lower, and the drone successfully returned home to me. Although the road to here is closed and you can only walk through Zakopost, but a lot of cars come, a lot of tourists, a lot of foreigners, and it's very sad that taxi drivers charge 40 to 70,000 for climbing here, and some even charge this amount from a person. It just seems crazy to me. There are adequate taxi drivers 5,000 per person, that is, 25,000 for the salon, but not 40, not 70,000. I didn't take many shots near the lake, because it's windy, cool and, in principle, you can't take a lot of things at one location. We need to move, we need people. It's not cool to shoot yourself in one place standing here either. But all the same, I think you liked these shots. Shots of the lake, shots of snowy mountains. The water has not completely frozen yet. You can come in time to enjoy this beauty. For fans of the Panorama 360, of course, I made a beautiful frame for you. Go to the description under the video and there is a link there. I was not alone on this trip, the subscriber Sungat went with me. Well, how did you go? We planned to go, as you have already understood, and he has now gone further to the space station and decided to take a walk. Perhaps an additive will do. I hope he has a great walk, he liked it here. A dream has come true. He wanted to walk along this pipe in the direction of Bao and he managed to do it today. To be honest, I would like this passage to be opened faster and people could freely get here. Well, of course, so that people come here wisely and do not litter, do not leave anything behind. Just your impressions of this place. Well, the photos, respectively. And then all the same the prices are still getting there. In the morning I was expecting to spend 10 or 15,000 on this trip. Because I didn't know I was going to go alone, I was going to go together at all. But as a result, the whole trip cost 4,000 tenj. How did it happen? We got there, they gave us a ride for free, just dropped us off. Thank you so much for that. I have already said it several times, I will tell you more. I also voted on the way back. The car stopped, the guys were sitting there and there was just one free seat. I was taken away. They lowered us to the eco post, the barrier, and we walked 400 meters with the guys. A Yandex taxi is passing by and is going in the opposite direction. Again, I vote, it stops loading us all and we go to the park of the first president. All 4,000 tenj the whole trip. Generally cool. So look, it's not necessary to order a taxi, especially when the driver also manages to oversleep the order. And this concludes our issue. Bye, everyone. See you in the new issues. Of course I won't forget to say travel, catch these moments of life, enjoy it and don't waste your time. That is, it is precious, even priceless.